Part 2 of the Winx Club reboot is out into the world. Part 1 left a bad taste in a lot of fans' mouths because of the bad pacing, poor character development, and inconsistent visuals. I recently made a video on Part 1 if you want to hear my thoughts more in detail. Will Part 2 manage to savage the show? Is there any hope left? There just might be. I started watching the new episodes and was very surprised by episodes 14 and 15. That's why in this video, I'd like to start sharing my thoughts on them. It will be a more contained video where I go more in detail on these two episodes. I'm planning to do more videos of future episodes and Winx overall, so definitely stay tuned if you're interested. I am Vikitor, and I am a 3D animator that loves to talk about Winx and animation. Okay, first of all, the opening theme changed. It is now the Winx Forever remix instead of Under the Sign of Winx. I don't know how to feel about this. I do genuinely like the new remix, but now the opening theme and transformation song are essentially the same track. I would have preferred to get an Under the Sign of Winx remix or something else altogether, but I can get over it. Ultimately, I still like the new opening song. Now, on the plot. Immediately, we see the consequences of the mid-season battle. Damien left with Vexius, Flora has been weakened by the fight, and Bloom wants to confront her parents about her twin brother. This makes sense. I am a little surprised by the fact that Bloom hasn't pieced together that she was adopted, but Mike and Vanessa will tell her in this episode, so it's okay. The show also does not reveal that Bloom and Damien are royalty, to the point where I wonder if that will still be the case in this new version. My guess is it will be, but we'll see. We also see the Trix again, who want to take revenge on Vexius for betraying them, breaking the key to the Omega Dimension. Their plan is to steal the Dragon Flame and use it against Vexius. What is interesting that Ice explains is that because the Winx had used the spell to give Damien back his flame away from Vexius, Vexius just won't be able to ever use it again, at least not Damien's part, which is interesting and actually gives him a pretty good reason to target Bloom. This will come back later too, so please keep it in mind. So, everyone gets to Gardenia, Bloom to talk to her parents, the Winx to support her. Flora joins later because she's been weakened, which allows her to bump into Damien, where he apologizes and reveals that even if he can't go back to Althea, he wanted to make sure the animals were okay. It's a short scene, but it's really great for Damien's character development. You know what they say, if you want someone to like your character, have him be nice to animals. And it works. It's endearing. Bloom confronts Mike and Vanessa, and they tell her that she was adopted. The story is the same as the original. Mike found her in a burning building, but the fire seemed to be protecting her. We actually see a bit more of this scene in this version, which was great. Mike was not even working his shift, he was just out with Vanessa, but he heard a crying baby and jumped in to save her. This, in addition to Vanessa calling Bloom a miracle and actually telling her, and I quote, "You were meant to be our daughter, honey." It's so touching. I actually cried while watching this episode. I always found Winx dealt with the adoption storyline very well, showing it as a great act of love. I am very happy the reboot did not mishandle it and actually wrote it very well. Mike and Vanessa are and have always been incredible. I also like that in this version, Bloom didn't run away from Althea, she specifically went back to confront her parents and brought her friends for support. I feel like that gives the moment more weight and more attention. Also, did you notice in the montage, Bloom plays with a little cosmic doll? Season 8 jump scare. As the girls go to take some ice cream after the big news, there is once again a very sweet moment similar to the original, where the girls' friendship actually feels real. The girls have so much charm and personality in these scenes. Techna is pretty funny, and even if some gags like Musa eating too much ice cream are a little bit childish, it's better than the characters having the personality of drywall, you know? The Trix then attack, and I need to pause a second because what in the Mystery of the Abyss did I just see? Why are the Trix dancing? Was this meant to be like some sort of transformation sequence? Because I would be down, but not like this. Never like this. Anyways, moving on, I'm ignoring it. They send their troll, called Hunter, increasing his strength with a spell that at the same time causes pain to the troll. The Winx stop the troll and realizing he's in pain, help him. This is how he gets back into his cute form and actually joins the Winx. It is really cute. The design of the troll is a bit odd. I still don't know if I like it. It's definitely no Pepe. Man, I love that duck. But it is a cute plot. And it's actually kind of funny how creepy Hunter looks on the ice cream truck. Bloom then goes back home to be with her parents, alone for a bit, but she finds the Trix attacking them. They threaten to drop them into black holes if Bloom doesn't give her her powers. This is the end of episode 14, a pretty good cliffhanger that starts back in episode 15, where Bloom does give her powers, but they still drop Mike and Vanessa inside the black holes. To Cloud Tower. They were just portals to Cloud Tower. Bloom's parents, though, are someone we as the audience care for, so getting them kidnapped does raise the stakes fairly well. I kinda wish we didn't see that they were at Cloud Tower right away, so there would be a little more mystery to this moment, but they will send help very soon, so it's not a huge deal. What I do really like is that in this version, Bloom gives Icy her flame willingly. Even if she was in a situation where she was sort of forced to give it up, it still gives the character more agency, adding additional weight to Bloom being powerless. I really like this change. So the Winx want to get the flame back, and Vexus and Damien want to get rid of the Trix, so they all look for the Trix and find them in their lair on Earth, a gym. Why do they have a lair on Earth? I don't know. Why is it a gym? Also no clue. Just don't question it, okay? They do. One thing I would like to point out is that the Winx use Hunter's help to find the Trix, though. Flora speaks to him. And this whole episode, Flora's been taken care of and talking to animals, which makes me worried that we just won't see Roxy in the reboot, possibly ever. That would be a shame because I do really like Roxy, but with Damien joining the crew and the other girls already not getting a lot of development, I could see how the squad might start feeling crowded. R.I.P. Roxy. In the gym, we see Icy practicing using the Dragon Flame. In the original show, the flame adapted to the powers of whoever was holding it. We see this in Bloomix, but already in season 1, when Icy takes it, she still used ice. In this version, however, the flame is distinctively made out of fire, which makes for really cool visuals of Icing using fire and ice at the same time, as well as a very clear struggle to control it. It makes sense. Fire is so different from ice, and the Trix are still students. Seeing Icy struggle so much with the flame is very interesting, and while it may not portray the Trix as fiercely as season 1 did, I will take additional humanity and character development over it anytime. The Winx, now helped by the specialists, find out Bloom's parents are in Cloud Tower and send Robin to help them. She finds them pretty easily, and everyone meets at the gym and a brawl ensues. The fights in these 2 episodes have been really well choreographed. They are actually very fun to look at and show the characters' personalities. This fight in particular perfectly shows how powerful Icy is with the Dragon Flame, while also making it clear Vexus has a lot more control than she does. I dare even compare these fights to season 1 fights, which are generally accepted to be the best in the show. In general, sometimes I do feel like the animation has gotten better, but then other times it just looks weird, especially when they're flying. You would think flying animation is easier because there's less weight shifts involved, but apparently not. Maybe I'm getting used to the art style, but these episodes have overall felt less jarring. Even Damien kinda looks better within the constraints of his design, which I'm still not the biggest fan of. I do have 2 questions though. One serious and one is probably just an animation mistake. Firstly, Bloom clearly has doubts about Icy's intention with the flames. Why don't the Winx just use the same spell they used on Damien 2 episodes ago, on her? That would immediately return the flame to her. The answer is probably plot convenience to give Icy some type of redemption, or even just because they want Icy to be able to get the flame back. But I am counting it as a plot hole, because there's no way none of the Winx thought of that. My second question is, why does Bloom KO Icy with a rubber ball?
This is unexpected.
Anyways, during the fight, we see some of the best character development in the reboot so far. Stormy and Darcy actually are worried about Icy, and Vexius starts discarding Damien as he's no use to him anymore since he can't get his flame. Damien clearly starts realizing this. As Bloom decides to help Icy control her flame, Icy also realizes her own limits and gives the flame back to Bloom. Anything but giving it to Vexius. It's these moments that I feel add charm and depth to the characters, since we see their reactions organically as the plot happens. No need to force them into a simulator room. Unfortunately, the Winx still get little to nothing, but at this point, the Trix are the stars. Convince me otherwise. So Bloom gets her dragon flame back, the Trix leave, and Damien gets arrested by Riven. Not sure if Riven arresting Damien is supposed to be read as a jerk move. It seems pretty reasonable considering everything that went down since the end of part 1. Vexius flees back to Cloud Tower, where he finds Robin and Bloom's parents, giving us another great cliffhanger. What will happen next? The writing in these 2 episodes surprised me. I had a really fun time watching it and even cried a couple times. I like all the cliffhangers because a problem part 1 had is that many episodes felt pointless, like you could just skip them and nothing would change. It seems like so far they have been addressing this. Is there hope for the Winx reboot? There just might be. The Trix have been saving the show. But the Winx weren't too bad these 2 episodes, so I hope they start getting the development they deserve. Let me know if you like this sort of more detailed videos as I watch the show, and please subscribe if you enjoyed it. I am Vikitor, a 3D animator that loves to discuss Winx and animation, and bye bye!